Good day. Here are the top stories of the Manila Times for October 16, 2020. President Rodrigo Duterte denounced what he said was massive corruption in the Department of Public Works and Highways, or DPWH. Speaking to the public late Wednesday, the president said no infrastructure project could start without going through under-the-table deals. He singled out contractors and project engineers as the biggest purveyors of corruption in the department. The president, however, made it clear that he still trusted DPWH Secretary Mark Villar, Palace spokesman Harry Roque Jr. said in a press briefing on Thursday. The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, or PDEA, destroyed 6.25 billion worth of illegal drugs it has confiscated. In compliance with the directive of President Duterte, the drugs were incinerated at the Integrated Waste Management Incorporated in Trece Martires City, Cavite, according to PDEA. Duterte ordered the immediate destruction of seized banned substances to avoid this from being recycled and resold. PDEA Director General Wilkins Villanueva assured the public that all drugs under its custody will be destroyed. A potential vaccine for coronavirus disease 2019, or COVID-19, developed by a Chinese pharmaceutical had been cleared for clinical trials in the country. Health Undersecretary Eric Domingo, officer in charge of the Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, said on Thursday. He confirmed that the vaccine expert panel from the Department of Science and Technology, or DOST, approved the Sinovac drug for Phase 3 trials. Sinovac got the clearance on Monday, Domingo said. The panel reviews vaccines applying for Phase 1 and 2 clinical trials. He said the next step was for the Ethics Board, which oversees choosing of candidates for the trials, to give its go signal. 2020 may end up as the world's hottest year on record. Thanks to human-induced climate change, global temperatures averaged 60.75 degrees or 15.97 Celsius last month, edging out 2015 and 2016 for hottest September in 141 years, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, said Thursday in Manila. This record was driven by the high heat in Europe, Northern Asia, Russia, and much of the Southern Hemisphere. In other news, the Philippine Red Cross, or PRC, has had enough of the Philippine Health Insurance Corporation's inability to pay its bills and announced that it was no longer accepting swab tests for COVID-19 that are chargeable to the state insurer. Red Cross said it was constrained to cease conducting PhilHealth-covered tests beginning last Tuesday, since it also needs funds for its own operations. PhilHealth owes Red Cross $930 million. In a statement issued Thursday, PhilHealth said it was coordinating with the Red Cross in threshing out the problem so that it could immediately resume the tests for priority sectors that will be paid for by PhilHealth. Here's good news for workers. The Department of Labor and Employment, or DOLE, put an end to the issue on the 13-month pay by declaring that it will not allow the delayed release of this benefit. Labor Secretary Sylvester Bellew III on Thursday said that the government would provide cash assistance to distressed companies so that they would be able to release the 13-month pay of their workers as mandated by law. He said he would ask Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez III for the needed assistance fund to companies, mostly micro, small, and medium enterprises whose economic viability was badly affected by the pandemic. In business, money sent home by overseas Filipino workers, or OFWs, declined in August, keeping the 8-month tally smaller than the year-ago amount, data from the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, or BSP, showed on Thursday. Personal remittances, which refers to personal transfers in cash or kind and capital transfers between households, reached $2.75 billion in the month, a 10.66% and 4.13% decrease from $3.08 billion in July and $2.87 billion in August 2019, respectively. In sports news, the hot-streaking TNT Tropang Giga battled defending champion San Miguel Beermen in the main game of the PBA Season 45 Philippine Cup at the Angeles University Foundation Sports and Cultural Center in Pampanga. Set at 6:45 p.m. today, the game is touted as a preview of one of the postseason match-ups. The Tropang Giga won their first two games, putting them on top of the standings in Week 1 of action inside the bubble in Clark, Pampanga, while the Beermen are looking to get back on track after losing to the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters last Tuesday. Rigoberto Tiglao, the Times featured columnist on the front page this Friday, says he wanted to write about San Miguel Corporation and its infrastructure contract with the government to build a skyway project that links the South Luzon Expressway and the North Luzon Expressway. His research, however, led him elsewhere. The Times editorial says the economy is unmistakably in recession, and it is time for the nation to roll up its sleeves to revive it. It calls on the Duterte administration to be clear-eyed and resolute in designing the National Recovery Plan. The Times also cautions the government against blaming all difficulties on the coronavirus pandemic, as some trials are a result of a weak policy making. Listen to the full version of Friday's editorial on the Voice of the Times. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times. Subscribe to its digital edition or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and keep up with the Times.